Hi Taurus, welcome to March 2018. So some really quick announcements and then we're going to get right into your reading. My husband and I are moving to North Carolina end of April, so things around here are a little crazy right now. So with that being said, all of my videos are going to be short and sweet. I'm not having any fancy editing to the videos because it all does take a lot of time. I'm not showing the shuffling part because that is all part of the editing process. So I'm shuffling and laying out the cards before I'm doing these recordings for March and April. And I'm not doing the paintings this month or next month either. I'll start those up again in May, most likely. And Mercury retrograde is starting up March 22nd through April 15th. And I've found in the past that when I try to do private readings during Mercury retrograde, it is very difficult for me. It's a struggle. I can get them done. It's just difficult to do. I am a Gemini and I'm ruled by Mercury. So it's just a trying time for me. And also technical issues out the wazoo. So with that being said, I'm closing my doors on my website for private readings during that time. I'm actually going to extend it out to May. So we have, because it's going to get stressful towards the end of April for me and my husband with this whole moving process. So if you want a private reading with me, please get in touch by my website, thecreativegypsy.net, between now and March 21st. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait until the end of April, beginning of May. And also I'm going to be changing the name of my business. I haven't filled 100% yet on a new name, but once I get that all figured out, I'm going to make an official announcement, and I'm also going to explain why I'm changing the name as well. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Whew. Okay, so that's all the announcements, and we're going to get right into your reading. Here we go, Taurus. So I'm going to zoom it in a little bit. And I'm going to flip these around so you can see how they were actually laid out. Okay, so we have the Two of Wands in reverse, the Four of Pentacles in reverse, the Six of Cups in reverse, and the Justice card upright. So I feel like there's some kind of lesson that needs to be learned this month for you, Taurus. It's saying in the beginning of the month, it seems like you need to get your priorities straightened out, or at least like re-examine what it is you're trying to achieve in your life. It just feels like there's a hesitation about continuing forward, like you're not really feeling 100% about where it is that you're going in life. You're not really sure where you're going in life, or something has changed where it's making you reconsider what your personal goals were for yourself. So it's like you're standing at the precipice of a new chapter, but it seems like you need to go back to the drawing board and reassess before stepping through that gateway, through that portal. Then we have the Four of Pentacles in reverse, and I feel like this card has come up for you before. This card, he's like sitting on top of this chest of money, and he's like guarding it very intensely. When it's in reverse, it's like it's the extremes of this situation. It could be either you are being extremely stingy and greedy and completely focused on your finances and obsessed about money, almost in a way, and material items, like as if tangible items are the representation of your worth. Or it can be going in the other extreme where you are just throwing money around like it's endless, and spending it everywhere in any way, and racking up credit cards, putting yourself into debt, just going in that extreme of like being a shopaholic almost. So, be careful here, and we'll continue forward about what this all means. It's almost like maybe you're using your money habits as a way of distracting yourself from the fact that you're not really sure where the heck it is you're going in life. At least in this moment or in this month, you feel like you've lost your way a little bit. Then we have 6 of Cups in reverse, and this is a very interesting card to have in reverse. This usually can represent like nostalgia and being stuck in the past and romanticizing the past, things like that when it's upright. But when it's in reverse, it's like, I don't know, the very first thing that I thought of when I pulled this card was manipulation. Like maybe either you are manipulating others into doing things for you that they normally wouldn't want to do, or maybe you are being manipulated into accepting things from others that you shouldn't be, whether it's physical items or like verbal abuse or like disrespect or crossing boundaries, something that you should be saying no to, but you're allowing it in a sense. There's also this idea that so when this is talking about the past and things like that and reflecting on the past, it could be like the childhood goals that I have set out for the goals are like how I saw myself when I was younger is not turning out the way that I expected it to be. So there's like the sense of like disappointment in that way. Kind of like almost like a little bit of a reality check, realizing that, just because I had romanticized my future in the past and now here I am and it's nothing like I thought it would be, that doesn't mean that you are failing at life. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that you are screwing up, that you're not where you're supposed to be, because as you grow and change, your personal beliefs and goals and perspectives and priorities change and grow. So to think that you would be the same as you were as a child is naive, is unrealistic. So then we have the Justice card, and it's like, if you are feeling disappointed with the way things are going in your life, maybe you need to take a look at your own actions that brought you here. You know what I mean? Nothing just happens to us. It's all of our personal reaction, like our reactions to everything, creates our reality. Do you know what I mean? Like if you just sat on the couch eating bonbons and wondering why Mr. or Miss Right isn't knocking on your door and getting frustrated and upset that like, I'm 27 and I thought that I would be married at this point and we'd have a house and, we would soon be having kids, but like I've just been like sitting on my ass, like staring at that door, waiting for life to present it for me. Like obviously, like you need to get off your ass to make things happen. You know what I mean? And like with this card, it's all well and good to be accumulating money and setting it aside, but if you're not living, like what is the point of having all that money if you aren't using it to bring you closer to where it is you want to be in life, you know? So like finding the balance between overspending and hoarding your money, you know? I feel like Taurus can really get stuck in certain habits that may or may not be beneficial for them, and it takes a long time for them to change their ways. And I feel like this is what it's all about, learning to like really reflect on how it is that you got to this place, and you know, go through your, you know, personal archive of beliefs and personal truths about yourself and your life, and decide which ones need to be let go, which ones need to be re-examined and restructured for yourself and your life. Because obviously, like, if you are not happy with the way things are going, you know, take a look at everything that you've done to get yourself here. Obviously, that didn't work, so it's like, go back to the drawing board and try it out again. You can't hide anything from justice. Justice is, you know, it doesn't have like emotions tied to it. Like, this is the truth, this is the reality of the situation, and I'm going to make you face it and come to terms with it. You know, you can't hide your personal beliefs, your secrets, your you know, your truths about yourself from justice, from the scales. It's going to you know, put it right in your face and be like, yo, this is all you. Like, deal with it or ignore it. Either way, you're gonna get what you get. You're going to get the results that you know, based on the actions that you are putting out in the world. So then I had pulled a card from the Nature's Whispers Oracle card deck, and I feel like this is so perfect because take a look at this. We have, look at Justice. She's got a little bandana over her eyes. Where it's saying like she sees all despite what you think. And then we have this card. Just clear out the old. And look at this dude's got a bandana over his eyes. Almost like refusing to see the mess he's created. You know what I mean? Or the mental clutter. So maybe it could be going inwards and clearing out the mental clutter, clearing out the old beliefs and old, you know, ways of and habits and ways of doing things that obviously are not working for you. So, oh, and there is another person in here. I just noticed that right now, right in here. So it may be related to relationships as well. You know, your priorities in relationships. And I feel like this money issue is a way of distracting yourself from the fact that you're going down a road that you don't want to go down. Or that you're not really sure what the heck you're doing. Or you think that you know what you're doing, but in reality, there could be a better way of getting to where you want to go. So clearing out the old, clearing out the old beliefs in life. And how do you do that? The best way is to journal, to really write it all out. Okay, Taurus, like I think this is a month of journaling for you. Also, if you're able to go to a therapist and talk out all these issues, you know, because there may be some kind of like patterns from childhood that you aren't aware of that you need to be releasing. You know, I've gone to counseling in the past. Me and my husband have, and so much, you know, so many things we realized that we were doing that we just weren't aware of, and it changed our relationship so significantly, and in a short amount of time. Really, it was like a couple months later, and our relationship is stronger and deeper and more connected, just because of these little realizations. It's like, you know, reality check, like, holy shit, oh, I did not realize that I was like being a total dick in that way, you know what I mean? So anyway, so definitely journal, because it seems like it's going to be towards the end of the month, karma is going to kick in, and present to you the results of your actions, whether you like it or not. So whether it's good or bad, it could be positive, it could be negative, who knows? But I think karma is going to be taking place this month, and it's time to reevaluate your life. Okay, Taurus, this is going to be an intense month. And it's very interesting because towards the end of the month we have Mercury retrograde as well, so it can make things a little bit confusing. So that's why I strongly recommend starting to journal and write things out now, so that when things start to get a little crazy towards the end of the month, you can go back to everything that you wrote down, because Mercury retrograde has this habit of like creating some serious mental clutter, mental like making it very difficult to make sense of things, to focus on one thing. Just a very stressful time mentally. So just writing things out will help you to understand what's going on later in the month. Okay, Taurus? I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope that it gets better for you in April, around your birth month. So I think this is definitely a month of learning what does not work for you. And just understanding that you don't have to get to the point of like really fully releasing it, but at least understanding what needs to be cleared away, and reflecting on that and re-examining and just like reviewing your life and how you got here. And I feel like April is going to be the month where you reinvent yourself. So you got to get through all this dirty work first before you understand how to reinvent yourself. So, okay, Taurus, I hope that makes sense. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Please get in touch by my website, thecreativegypsy.net, if you would like a private reading with me between now and March 21st. Otherwise, you'll have to wait until May. And follow me on Instagram @thecreativegypsy, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks so much, Taurus, and we'll see you in April. Take care.